Hi, I'm Michelle Turner from Movement Lesson, and this response is to Jambaby's video review of her son. And again, I'd like to say that I haven't met Carter. I haven't met the parents. This is just a quick video review of what I'm seeing with the parents' interaction with their child. And this is with Carter. First of all, I'd like to respond to the video, really mainly the dad shot with you and Carter. Carter knows his name. Carter knows his name. The fact that you said Carter the first time, he looked at you directly, eye contact. What Carter didn't respond to was hearing Carter 50 times. And honestly, if you said Carter 50,000 times, or 50 times, excuse me, you wouldn't be responding either to your name. If your husband constantly was like, so you have to look at it. First of all, I really want to say, and I don't know if you'll believe me right now, I really think your son's quite brilliant. And there's a couple examples of this. First of all, Dad said, "Where's Elmo?" Carter went to see where Elmo was. Now, you turn around and read a book with him. What you did was you changed the subject. You jumped from that to the toy box. Where's baby? Now, your examples of 3 babies really weren't clear. The one was really a doll, a baseball player. Wasn't necessarily what Carter might have thought of a baby. And Dad, I think, picked this out. It was hard to hear him. He was looking for, first of all, he didn't want to give up on the books. So that's one thing with our kids. First of all, when you ask a question, 15 seconds are the response. And this really comes from, and I'm a big believer of it, the More Than Words program with Fern Sussman. 15 seconds. Look at your clock. That's a long time. If I just stopped now for 15 seconds, you'd edit me out. So you want to look at that instead of just constantly, and then changing the subject. Allow the brain time for processing. Now, he was on reading. You chose to go into, where's the baby? Where's the baby? Where's the baby? He still was on books. So finally, he was going to a book to show you baby. He knew where the baby was, and he was doing it intellectually. So he didn't like your examples, didn't get your examples, especially that you were choosing like 3 objects. Bit too advanced for a 1-year-old. You know, it's not necessary. But he was looking for that. And also I wanted to point out, now this could be because Dad might, most dads work and moms stay home, or just moms are around the kids more often, responded much better to a male voice. He seemed to answer or get to whatever Dad was saying versus what you were saying. And I think that's also why he likes to watch the news. Not so much Brian Williams. Look at it that he's looking at a male voice. Now, I still have concerns with it, is what I see weakness in the back. What I mean is the like walking like a senior citizen. He's holding on to stuff. Instead of just going and doing things, he's moving along, touching the couch, it's stabilizing his system. I still really wish you could get to an up and kneel method practitioner. I'd love to see him come in 5 days and really leave with a different child. However, if that's not possible, there's practitioners in your area that you can go see that would bypass a lot of this. And this is what happens in that you're seeing 2.5 month waiting list for speech, 2.5. And I'm not saying don't do this speech, but you need to go in there, and because when you're working so hard on the system, just to stand, and again, if it's hard to see a baby, look at a senior citizen. When they're just and they could be in the grocery store, when they're just here to just stand and looking for that stabilization. Why do you think they're going, what was I in this aisle for? What was I doing? Because they're concentrating so much in just being human beings that the issue is not going back to why they were there, what they had to get, or their shopping list, and they start checking themselves twice, and they feel like they have Alzheimer's. And yes, it's Alzheimer's, but it's a system not working efficiently. So there's not much difference between Alzheimer's and autism in a sense of where you're getting a system that's only thinking of themselves, and that's really what autism is that they're in their mode. You might also want to look at taking the toys out of the living room where it's a specific playtime area to bring in to work with, instead of allowing a child to randomly do what they're doing. And you're going, well, he's just sitting there flipping things. Well, if it was a very specific play, a much more organized play, I know it's a lot more work on the parent. However, allow that downtime where they can go in their other room, go play for a half hour. We all need downtime. You know, that's why we read these dumb magazines that make millions, and because our brains need that downtime. It's just how much you're allowing that to have is a whole nother thing. So if you have a kid that's got 50 examples of toys, what's more important, hanging out with Elmo or answering mom's questions? So you have to, if you're going to be working with your child more in a HAB or ABA situation, you want to look at that with your child. Thanks.